Welcome back to Fitness in VR. It's the final week and we are looking at Ninja Legends. This is probably going to be the final video as well, so I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's taken part in this event. If you've commented on the status, if you shared the status, if you've got involved and actually interacted with us throughout, if you've watched the video, anything at all, we just want to say a big thank you for all of your support for this. We've had a lot of fun and I hope you've enjoyed it too. But we're going to end this with a nice Ninja Legends video to kind of show you some gameplay, some hack and slash gameplay, some of the what things you can do in the game, and just really give you a feel for the first few levels. We're going to fight the first boss and just kind of show you what the game is all about. So as you can basically see, you've got onslaughts of ninjas coming to attack you in your dojo, and you've got a couple of swords in hand. Basically you just got to hack and slash your way through. So you notice I just blocked the incoming attack there. So as we mentioned on the Perp cast, blocking is a really crucial element in Ninja Legends. You really have to master the art of blocking in order to survive. And enemies will they'll throw kicks. You usually just saw there. You try to attack me with a sword. They'll actually throw like shurikens at you from a distance. But something to really bear in mind with this as well, you're starting to already see this, but the enemies will come at you from all sides and they will sort of try and surround you, which is a really unique feeling in VR. It's not like I don't think there are many games that really make you feel as if you're surrounded, and it's so darn intimidating. Oh, that was a lethal cut there. It's so intimidating because you feel like you've got to look at that. So he's coming right to my left and he's going to attack me from there. But meanwhile, I might have to deal with enemies on my right hand side. And you can see there's an actual ninja waiting to attack me there. And there he goes, he's come straight in. So these ones are a bit more dangerous to find so far because they'll kind of do a launch attack in the air and they'll come and try and drop the sword down on top of me. It's so important that I block that attack and also those kind of incoming strikes. But they also take a bit more damage than the usual grunts that you come up against. So it really is, each enemy is a different challenge in its own. And of course, as we mentioned, we are going to fight a boss in this as well, so you're going to get to see how that challenge translates as well. But yeah, Ninja Legends, basically it's come from Coinflip Studios, so they're quite a new independent studio. They've actually got a few, they've basically sort of specialised in VR, and they've really just developed this game to kind of like just be, not just, oof, that was a lethal cut. Wow, just literally sliced his head in half. Wow. Whew, this game definitely doesn't hold back on the violence, does it? But yeah, so I mean, there's a perfect example of being surrounded by enemies. Oh, look at that. So they're right on top of me now. They're really, the action is getting hot and heavy. So I'm now literally having to look behind me to kind of fight some of these off. It definitely becomes more and more of a challenge. They start sidestepping your attacks. It's lethal. These ninjas are lethal. Oof. Action's getting a bit hot and heavy here. Yikes. Oof. There we go. Oh, that was a heck of a strike. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, he's brought his cronies with him. Oh, wow. I am a surrounded ninja. This is not going well. Fortunately, I am a ninja. Because if I wasn't a ninja, I'd be in some serious trouble right now. But I guess, yeah, you could look at this as kind of like a Fruit Ninja for adults kind of thing. It's the same aspect of obviously like slicing the fruit in half, except you are now slicing human bodies in half. I think that, oh, damn, those cuts. Nasty, 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 nasty. So yeah, it comes from Coinflip Studios. They're quite a new independent studio. They've really just made this impactful VR game. And like I said, I think the whole sensation of feeling like you're surrounded in VR is not really, I don't think it's been done enough. And that's what really separates Ninja Legends from licensed titles, I think, from elsewhere, is that you just really, I don't really know quite what that sword cut was there, but that seemed to work. Oh, stage clear. There we go. There we go. So that was a great start. So we're going to move on to level 2 now, retrieving the Shadow Scrolls. So you got a nice new environment, and look how stunning the graphics look as well. I mean, I think something that Ninja Legends probably doesn't get enough credit for is actually the beautiful sunset-like effects, and the environments are really quite stunning. Obviously, it just feels like it's a hack and slash game, but actually, this is a very pretty game as well. There's a lot of, I mean, the beautiful orchards there you see there, the sunset. It's quite it really makes you feel as if you're there. You know, the immersion is quite lovely. So yeah, I mean, obviously this is quite a violent game, as we've said, and what you can see now actually is I've built up these specials, and I've actually got now my the crossbow for this level. So that wasn't probably my best shot, but you actually, when you build up the combo attacks, you actually can if you press 2 triggers at the same time, you can actually then get some special weapons. So at the moment I have the crossbow. Yeah, but obviously if you build it up to 3, you can have 3 shots of the arrow. Only do it with 2, it's only 2 shots of the arrow, so you really have to kind of bear that in mind and how you want to play it. And again, just blocking is such a crucial element to this. Oh wow, they really are starting to swarm me now, aren't they? It really is unsettling, I have to say. It's a very unsettling, unnerving feeling when they're going to try to stab you from the side. It's very, and from behind. Yikes. I like that about Ninja Legends as well. It adds an element of pressure. So here we go, I've got the bow and arrow again now, so I've got it. As you notice, the time's slowing down as well, so when the time is slowing down, that obviously means that I can start knocking my arrows and just really start firing them from a distance. And there we go. Oh, look at that, triple kill. Nicely done, happy with that. Oh, now this guy, so this kind of prepares you, I think we mentioned this in the Perpcast, this prepares you for the boss. So this guy has some more attacks than the usual grunts. Again, comes like kind of charging in like a tackle, and you basically have to make sure that you're blocking that, because if you don't, you're really going to struggle. But again, as you see there, obviously, like if I keep blocking effectively, I can also build my special meter up as well, by also getting in some strikes. So that does really help me, from a distance as well. I can actually get some really, get some good attacks in on this guy. So yeah, definitely gonna knock some arrows. Oh, there we go. That did it. That did the job. Nice work. So that's really, I think that's got me in the mood for the boss battle. I'm ready for this action now. But I mean, I think the interesting thing about this is you are literally just dropped in at the deep end. Like there's obviously there is a tutorial, so you can kind of get used to how to do it. But I think effectively you probably know what to do. You literally thrown into the game and you just flail around, as you're kind of seeing there. You just hack and slash. But as mentioned, obviously over time you will need to learn how to block effectively. You'll get different weapons which you'll have to use, so you have to kind of master those. But the controls are really simple and straightforward, and I think that's what we've been saying, is that this is a great fitness application as well. It really will kind of like it will give you a good workout. I mean, I did a couple of levels, as you see in here, and I was bucketing with sweat. It was quite intense, and that wasn't even on the highest difficulties, because I think the one thing this game really does, it actually makes you look around at all angles, so you're constantly having to move around from a static position, and as a result of that, you don't stop moving. Because your arms don't stop moving also, you kind of just it does really work you out, and I think that's even though this may not seem like the most athletically intense game. I mean, if you play something like a pistol whip, for instance, you are constantly ducking and weaving and moving. Same with Beat Saber, you constantly got to move in time for the music. But this is very much it's a surprising workout, but you can also make the most of it as well. Like you've probably seen the workout venue where the woman and the man are kind of moving around quite a lot. So I love those fatalities. There's a real sense of satisfaction in this game, I have to say. I can't knock that arrow. Oh, there we go. That's got him. That has got him. Look at that. Oh, good night. Good night. Oh, still one more coming. But you've got, like, as I say, you've got multiple different enemy types to fight. So obviously you've got different weapons to use over time. But it's just, I think what I really like as well about this is that even if you were to say, beat a level, it's not one of those games where you literally play it through for the story. Like you want to best your time, you want to top your time, you want to get to the top of the leaderboards and really kind of show how, you want to prove yourself against everyone else in the world. And I think that this game really kind of inspires that sense of competition. So you're not only competing against the enemies you're fighting against, you're competing against yourself and you're competing against the rest of the world. So there's a lot to take in for sure. I really I don't think if I was an actual real ninja I'd be doing a lot of these sort of strikes. Come on, knock some more arrows. Right in the weak spot. Oh man, that was not a smooth landing for him, that's for sure. There we go, stage clear. So I guess it's boss time. I guess we're going to see how we get on here. So let's just move on. I didn't do too badly. I didn't do too great. I could have done a lot better. My accuracy was a bit low. I got some nice critical hits in there, but yeah, onslaught in the courtyard. It is. Let's see how we get on. But yeah, I think it's almost important to mention, obviously you've seen the swords, we've seen the bow now, but there are other weapons like there's a claw, there's a staff, there's gauntlets, there's an odachi, a wazakashi. Oh, now so this is this boss battle, so it kind of like starts you off with these kind of like flying, impish like creatures, and then here he comes. Now he's coming in for the, yeah, here we go, he's coming charging in. I think that's something as well that really gets the blood pumping with this game, is the enemies charge at you and they run at you, and you feel like you can feel your heart pumping as you get ready for the action. And I think that's the nice thing about, you know, Ninja Legends. It really does just make you just, you know, gets you really pumped up, you know, and excited to really just go through and battle. So as you can see here, they're recognizing the importance of blocking, because you don't get many chances to hit this guy. And he comes in with some heavy hits for sure. So I've really got to make sure I'm balancing that properly. So he stepped away for a little bit now, and he's going to bring his little, he's going to charge in at me again. Look at that sidestepping. Look at that sidestepping. Some more flailing there. But you're seeing that he's brought his kind of like his hell demon mask minions to help him out, and those are really starting to surround me now. So yeah, the whole surrounding component really starts to amp up, I think, as you get through more and more of these levels. But like the shadow skill levels are really great. Obviously there are daily challenges in this as well, which we've mentioned, so they really keep you coming back and playing the game. The boss battles are great fun. There's additional secret modes, which David actually already gave you a hint as to how to unlock one of those in the Perp cast, so if you haven't heard that, you should really take the time to listen to that. And you've also seen as well, actually the archery was a new update that they added to the game, so they added 6 styled archery levels with leaderboards, and they obviously increased in difficulty as well. Yeah, it's a nice way to kind of just, you know, it was a nice way to mix the game up a little bit with free updates and you know, keep things fresh, because I think the bow mechanics, as we really sort of illustrated, is just, it feels so satisfying in virtual reality. There's a lot to, you know, it feels like a natural fit in there, right, with the 2 controllers, and you feel like you're rearing back on a bow, and you're knocking an arrow, and you're just kind of flailing it into the sky. So it's a natural fit for VR for sure. So I think this boss is about on his last legs here. So oof, using those bow and arrows. There we go. I think this is it. There comes the death blow. Here it comes. Oh, sliced his head in half. Wow. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you again so much for joining us for Fitness in VR. We've really enjoyed this, and hope you've enjoyed this video. And we'll see you for our summer spectacular. This has been Ninja Legends.